Hello and welcome everyone. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this makeup look and the entire outfit and look that I wore on my birthday. I turned 23 a couple of days ago and so many of you liked this look and asked me how I did this makeup look. So I really wanted to do a little tutorial and show you all the pieces that I wore on my birthday. I also decided to make this a little life update. So if you want to see how I created this look and hear a little bit about my life, keep on watching. I originally came up with this look the day of my 23rd birthday, and after I posted it on Instagram, so many of you commented and reached out and asked me to recreate it and show you how I did it. So I'm gonna take you along doing my makeup today just the way that I did it a couple of days ago for my birthday. And I feel like this is also a great opportunity for a little chat, just like a little catch up on how I've been and telling you a little bit about my life right now. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is apply some makeup. This is the Pretty Natural really light makeup. As you can see, I have really light skin, so this is their lightest shade. When you're going for a 60s or 70s makeup look, I would always go for a really light skin tint, something that isn't too heavy. I would not recommend doing any contouring or anything, just because it really wasn't a thing back then. So I'm using a wet sponge to apply this, and I'm just gently tapping it on my face. Let me take back my hair. I'm just kind of making sure that I cover up any of my spots and blemishes, like a little bit up here for some darker bits of my skin, and I'm just working it in. Since I kind of have some spots here and there, I'm also going to use some concealer to just cover that up. It's also by the same brand, and when I look for makeup products, I usually look for things that are cruelty-free and vegan, because these are just things that are important to me. I just don't want any animals to suffer for me having a nicer looking skin. I don't think that's worth it. So yeah, that's basically everything that I do on my skin. I don't do any contouring. I don't want to do any blush. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes. So this palette already looks pretty shattered. I got it from a friend. She didn't use it anymore. I think that's also a very sustainable thing, to just use up products that someone else already started using. And the color that I'm going to use today is this sort of really nice light golden shimmery tone, and I'm just gonna apply it all over my lid. So for me, turning 23 is extremely surreal. I don't really know how to put it into words, but basically I feel older and younger at the same time. It's sort of like a weird feeling to me. So for a long time, I was very young for where I was with my life. I talked about this before, but basically right after I graduated school when I was 18, I started to work full-time on movie sets. And when I had turned 20, I already had 2 assistants and usually an intern, and I was working really big movie and TV productions as a prop master. I really loved doing it, but it was also very overwhelming. And then some things happened in my personal life and just some things went down. Some of you might know that my mental health took a big turn on me, and basically my eating disorder got really bad. I struggle with anorexia and bulimia. I have PTSD. I had severe depression. And so basically in the beginning of 2020, I stopped working at movie sets, also because of the pandemic, and my mental health got worse and worse, and I had to go to the hospital for a while and just kind of focus on myself. And that was honestly extremely weird to me, because I remember being there with like people of all ages. There were people my age, but there were also a lot of older people. And I remember how the most people in my age group were like talking about how they went to school and what they were doing. And I was like, well, I work 60 to 70 hours a week. I have a full-time job. I have my own place to stay. And it was just kind of weird because I felt like I never really fitted in with people my age. So I just used this little brush and I just kind of blended out the shape of my eyeshadow to just make it a little softer. And next up, I'm gonna use this, which is also a palette that a friend of mine gifted to me because she wasn't using it anymore. I'm gonna use this little round brush and then just this really light silvery shimmery tone to put into the inner corner of my eye. So basically all of my life I thought I would end up in the movie industry, and it was very painful for me to kind of come to the realization that The movie industry wasn't, it's not even that the movie industry wasn't what I expected. It was just that after doing it for 2 or 3 years, I realized that this isn't my dream. And I was actually thinking about making this a whole video, kind of naming it like how I lived my dream, and then decided it wasn't my dream because it's a very interesting topic. I spent all my life preparing to work on a movie set, and I came to the conclusion that this just wasn't what I wanted to spend my life with. That was very painful for me. I also felt like a big failure, and it wasn't really easy for me to land on that, with myself mainly. I honestly don't really know why I'm telling this or where I'm even going with what I'm telling, but a lot of you always tell me that you want to know more about me, so I figured I'll just tell you some stories of my life. So on my birthday, I actually did this different because I used some light eyeshadow to do a cut crease. However, throughout the day, I was feeling like a black cut crease would look way better, and so that's what I'm gonna do today. I have this Art Deco soft eyeliner. It's a waterproof eyeliner. I love these sort of like kohl pencils to do a cut crease, and that's just what I'm gonna do. I always recommend you to have your eyes open and just kind of look like this and then draw it on. So let me just go right in, up. Like this, and now I'm just gonna go in with more and more product. So it kind of all came back to my birthday because last year, so my 22nd birthday, I spent hospitalized because of COVID and everything. No one could visit. I had a call. I didn't have my phone on me, so basically there was like this old cable phone in the room, and some people called, and it was overall really nice and it was pretty okay for a hospital birthday, but I was just not in a good place back then. So I really like how this eye is looking. I didn't take it out all the way down here because I like to do the other eye and then kind of like level it out in the end. It's just really hard to talk while doing this, so I'll just pause on the makeup for a second and tell you a little more. So basically, after I was released from the hospital last spring, I started posting more online. I think I had posted 1 or 2 YouTube videos before I got hospitalized. And when I got back from the hospital, I just really wanted to focus on something that I loved. So I started doing more videos and like being more active on social media in general. And it was a lot of fun. But at one point I realized that me being home all the time by myself, I live on my own, wasn't really the best for my mental health. Like, even though I love doing makeup videos and fashion videos and talking about the things that I'm passionate about, I kind of came to the conclusion that just being by myself every day isn't the best thing for my mental health. So I started to volunteer at a kids shelter. Basically, in Germany, I live in Germany if you didn't know this, there is a thing you can do which basically is a volunteering social year. And what you do is you sign up to do social work for a year. You get paid very little, which is absolutely fine because it's all about the experience, for me at least. So you might have noticed that during the summer I started posting less and less videos, and that is because I'm now volunteering 20 to 25 hours a week at a kids shelter. I love to do it. I love to spend time with the kids. It is a great work. I really like it. And with that program, there are also some seminars where they talk about your future and what you want to do with your life. And that part was so difficult for me for such a long time. So I just wanna talk to everyone out there. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. If you're insecure about what you want to do with your life, don't worry, you don't have to have it all figured out right now. For me, things kind of started to fall into place without me really anticipating it. And I am not at the end of my path when it comes to like the job thing in my life, but I'm working on it, and that's all that matters. So if you're out there and you don't know where you want to go with your life, what you want to do, I just want to give you some hope and tell you, trust in yourself, believe in yourself, you will figure it out. So now I'm gonna do the other eye. So my camera just turned off. I hope it is back on and working again. But yeah, I finished this eye, and what I'm gonna do now is to kind of take out the cut creases. So basically I'm just kind of taking them out a little more, doing it very carefully, just like so. I feel like it really helps evening out the look if you do this. So yeah, back to my life story. So during the summer I also started my styling business, Across the Universe Styling. I'm gonna link it down below. It's an Etsy shop. I style all of you all across the world. I love to do it. Basically I go into thrift stores, I find your perfect 60s and 70s looks just because I know a lot about the fashion of the time, and you guys really seem to like my fashion sense, and it's something that I love doing so much. And with that, the realization came that I really love fashion, and why not go into a fashion direction with my life. So I started to think about the different directions I want to go in, and one thing I never had experienced in my life was the feeling of I am too old for this. I know this might sound really strange because I'm 23 and that's not that old, but as I was looking into the different like unis and schools I could go to, I kind of started to realize that most people there are probably like 18, 19, maybe even 17. They just left school, and it kind of made me feel very bad about myself, because that feeling of everyone else is further with their life than I am came up. And it's weird because, as said before, for a long time I was always the youngest person on set, the one that people were like, oh, I cannot believe she's only 20, she's only 19. And I feel like I exceeded expectations for a really long time in my life. I don't know if this makes any sense to anyone, but if you've ever been in the position of working with a lot of people that are a lot older than you, you kind of come to a point where everyone's like, oh, look at her, she's so young and she's already doing this and that. And it's not a nice feeling, but the feeling on the other end for me now is really new and really weird. So now, back to the makeup. I'm gonna do eyeliner now. I love to use these little like pencil brush things. They're just really good if you want to do a really nice and thin eyeliner, which is what I'm aiming for today. So let's do this. As you can see, I'm not winging it out or anything, I'm just taking it out a little bit, but since I'm gonna do pearls later with this look, I do want to keep it a little simple on the eyeliner. So this is the eyeliner. I really like how it is looking. It is very simplistic and really easy. And so now for the next step, I'm gonna use lash primer and then just some mascara. So basically now I'm looking into like the different things and universities I could go to for like the different majors I could do. In Germany it's kind of a little different because you get split into school, but basically I graduated the highest school possible with pretty okay grades. And because I waited for so long in Germany, when you don't go to uni straight away, they kind of like mark up your marks so you get better and better. So now I have actually really good grades thanks to that. So I am thinking about the different paths I could take on now. So one of the things that I am considering is to go to school to become a seamstress. There are also like different places in my city where you could do it and specialize on theatrical costumes, which I think is really interesting. So I might apply for that. You have to apply for everything and then they will evaluate if you can go to that school and like work at that facility or you can't. So that is very nerve-wracking for me too, because I don't have the best self-esteem right now. I'm still dealing with a lot of mental issues, so I don't really have the highest thinking of me, so we'll see how all of that is gonna go. And then there are also some university courses that I really like. Of course there's fashion design, which I could see myself going in that direction, but there's also the possibility of going more into fashion management, which I also think is really interesting. So yeah, I'll see about it. I really don't know where life is gonna take me right now, and I'm honestly really nervous about going back to school or going to uni, because basically I haven't been to school. I haven't learned like anything other than just learning on the job in a lot of years. I graduated from school in 2017, so it's going to be 5 years when I start whatever I'm gonna start in fall, and I'm honestly really excited but also really nervous, and I really hope it's all gonna work out in my favor. I will of course keep you updated, so I really hope that it's gonna work out and that I'm gonna find something that I really love. So now it's on to almost the final steps. I'm gonna add the pearls to my face. Before I'm gonna do that, because my lips are really dry right now, I'm gonna use this. I cannot recommend this enough. This is Dr. Pawpaw's. They make this with colors and without colors. I love it. This one is just tinted red, and it just leaves such a nice like light coat of color on your lips. You can also use it on your cheeks as blush and do a lot of different things with it. It's a really cool and versatile product. So I found these little pearl stones at a local drugstore, and I really love them. I think they're so unique and different. I think they go really well with the dress, because the dress has white detailing as well. I'm going to show you the dress and the full look at the end of the video, but basically these already come with the adhesive, so that's really cool. I always like to use tweezers when I apply any sort of gemstones or crystals to my face. It's just the easiest for me. I think it works the best. So I'm gonna go in with different sized pearls. I'm gonna start with the very small ones and apply them right underneath my lower lash line. So I'm just gonna start doing that right underneath the lashes. So for me this works really well. You just kind of have to have steady hands, and then I'm just putting this on. I'm always counting so I can even out the other side later. 1, 2, 3. Just kind of trying to keep the space in between the pearls sort of the same. And then I'm gonna do one more little one on this eye. Here we go. So I applied 5 of the tiny ones now, so I'm gonna go in with one of the medium-sized pearls and put it right in the inner corner of my eyes, kind of like this. And then I'm gonna take one of the big ones and I'm just gonna apply that right out here. And I'm just gonna apply it like right underneath my eyeliner. And now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing on the other eye. So going in with the same little ones first, and I'm gonna finish the look by adding a big one right underneath my liner as well. So yeah, this is the finished look. This is the makeup look I came up with. I also added some really nice little earrings on my pearl necklace because I thought it was very fitting with the makeup. Some rings and the dress that I'm wearing. I'm gonna put up some shots now you can properly see it, but basically this is a little 60s vintage dress. I love the sleeves. They're so dreamy and beautiful, and it was longer. It was a little long on me. I'm only 5'3", and I take in most of my dresses. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know about this. But as you can see, it kind of has this like scooped shape in the front, and I really wanted to keep that. I think it's such a nice look, so it is a little longer in the front and in the back and a little shorter on the sides. So I transferred the original shape of the dress onto my shorter shape, and I honestly really love how it turned out. I think it is such a beautiful cut, such a nice and gorgeous dress. I also added some tights because my birthday is January 19th, which it's usually pretty cold. It was snowy and icy that day, so I decided to add these gorgeous zigzag tights. They really remind me of the classic Missoni look, and I think they just go so well with the dress. I love how these are so much fun, yet they don't take away from the original dress. And I just really love the overall look of these. And then I also added some black boots, just to have a look that is both classy, comfortable, and because the dress has the pattern and the colors, and then I have the zigzag tights, I really wanted to keep it really simple on the shoes. So this is my makeup look for my birthday. This is my outfit and my entire look, everything that I wore and did for my 23rd birthday. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked this little life update, me talking about myself and what I'm doing right now. If you liked the video, I'd love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it would mean a lot. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what topics you want to know more about, which part of my life you want to know more about. It's honestly insane to me that there are people out there who want to know about me and my life, and it truly means the world that I have a platform to share about my struggles, my life, and everything that is me, and it truly means the world that you are listening and watching my videos. If you want to see more videos all about the 60s and 70s, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I upload new videos every single week all about that, and I would love to have you around. If you recreate this makeup look, I would love you to tag me. I'm gonna have everything linked down below. But basically, I'm at Emma Rosa Katharina on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much everywhere. So yeah, tag me. I would love to see you recreate this look and how it turned out, because I bet you are going to look beautiful with it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!